Today we're going to be glazing a large bowl. I've rinsed the piece to get rid of any of the dust, and we are ready to go. I first get my different sized paintbrushes so that way I can decide to get into different areas. It's helpful. I have a special glaze that I'm going to be using that I've mixed up. It should end up being a light brown. Make sure it's mixed up real good. I like to set my pieces up on banding wheels so I can spin them and turn them. I apply the glaze on the interior first to begin. And I use my large brush. And this way I can rotate the entire piece. And I can get the inside a little bit smoother. I apply 3 coats. When I apply my coats, the pieces themselves are usually wet. I wait for each section to dry before I apply my next coat. The reason why I use the banding wheel is because it gets a smoother transition of glaze. So here I have about 1 coat on the interior. The benefit of putting it on the inside is I can also brush the outside of the piece as well. So by applying it, I can slowly turn it. And this glaze is on the thin side, so you can see that it starts to absorb rather quickly. And I like to keep it moving while it's wet, so that way I can blend in any of the colors. I try to put on 1 full coat on the outside and the inside before I continue. In the end, I will be removing the excess glaze from the bottom of our piece, so that way it does not stick to the shelf. I'm going to go ahead and put my second coat on the interior. The second coat usually goes on a lot faster, and it is slightly thinner than the first coat. And you can see that the exterior is already dry, so I'm going to apply my second coat to the exterior. I do like to keep it moving so that way it can be nice and smooth and there's less brush strokes. Just loading up my brush. I'm just smoothing in that second coat on the outside. And now I'm going to apply my third coat on the interior. Just about ready for my third coat on the exterior. Start at the top so gravity can do its work and push its way down. It's important to get the lip right where those 2 parts, the inside and the outside, meet. Slide my brush up as we go to collect any of the excess glaze. And any of the spills that you can see, I can just clean up with a paintbrush later. I'm just going to smooth the interior just a little bit more. I do have a little excess glaze. Try and remove some of that. There isn't too much extra. Just put a little more right up here on the edge. And that is how we glaze a large bowl.